Hey guys, welcome back to Front Porch Catholic, where we talk about the grit and glory of domestic life on our Ohio hobby farm. And today, it is the day after Thanksgiving. Everyone's out being crazy Black Friday shopping, but not me. I'm gonna make some hand-dipped beeswax candles. We had a really great day yesterday. Got to spend Thanksgiving Day with my side of the family. I'm so blessed to have a lot of local family. So we got to spend that day with them. Woke up this morning, got going on some projects after having a nice cup of coffee and having breakfast with the children. And now Joe is out there milling some wood. The big kids are helping to clear away some stuff that we have stored outside that we need to move inside. That's like a never-ending project around here, but making a lot of headway today. Baby's asleep on my back, and so now I get to do a fun project. I made beeswax candles once as a Girl Scout, so that's really as much knowledge as I'm working with is my memories of as a child. And I guess last year we made some rolled beeswax candles. We had those sheets of beeswax that you roll the wick up in the wax sheets. And we made a whole bunch of those and then took them to our local priest, and he blessed them at Candlemas. And we burned those when we're eating dinner. And that is an awesome thing. But I was inspired this year to just take beeswax candle making one step further in the direction of handcraftedness. So I'm just gonna try doing this today while I've got some free time, some free project craft time, and maybe the kids will help, maybe they won't, I'm not sure. But I'm really looking forward to having beeswax candles. I met up with a local beekeeper and bought my wax from him. I'll tell you about him in a little bit, but I'm gonna get to work melting down my wax. It's probably gonna take a while because it's a solid, I have 4 solid blocks of this, 6.5 pounds. I don't know if I'll melt it all down, but I'm gonna get going on that because it's probably gonna take a while. I still need to make lunch and keep that wood fire going, and the kids, they're watching Pinocchio right now, some of the little ones. So that'll be over soon, I'm sure, and all too soon I'll have to clean up. So let's get working on these beeswax candles. I hope you enjoy watching me do it. I'll probably make a bunch of mistakes, so don't laugh too hard. A preliminary shot of all of my materials. It's pretty basic. I have some rope here. It's a 30 ply wick around this little tube here. I'm gonna use this and cut it to length for my candles. Got 4 bolts to tie to the end so that when I dip the candles in, they don't flow back up to the top. I have this little stick that's gonna go over here, and I'll drape the wick over that as they are dipped each time. Got my recycled tin can I found in the barn just now, gave it a little wash up. It's pretty rusty on the outside, but inside it's fine. I don't think it's gonna affect anything. Have my wax, and I'm gonna get a pot of water, get it boiling, melt down the wax, and get to work. Okay, I got my 6.5 pounds of beeswax. I don't really know how many candles this amount of wax will yield. I tried looking online and couldn't really get a straight answer. It all depends on the size and length and width of your candle, so we'll just try our best to make the candles that we want and see how many we get. The man that sold me this beeswax, he is 82 years old and has been keeping bees most of his life. And when I just called his little shop and asked for some beeswax, he gave me a great price, and I just drove myself on over there. And he was in there, and he said, look at this is gold. And he's so right. It smells better than gold. It smells like honey and clover, maybe a little bit of almond too. I don't know if that's just my nose or if that's accurate. But he is so proud of his product, and that makes me so happy to buy it from him. And he told me some stories about beekeeping and where it's at today. So if you're ever thinking of keeping bees, I think you should do a little research and go for it, because it seems like there's a real need for bees, especially here in Ohio where there's a lot of farming and a lot of chemical use. He said that they get a 90% kill off every year because there's just not enough clover for these bees to harvest their pollen from. And so what they do is they take their bees in the winter, they take them over to California to eat to work with the blueberry crop, and then they bring them back here in the fall. So I thought that was really interesting. But this man was so strong, he just broke these huge chunks of wax off of this big block and sold them to me. And that was a great personal encounter. So I was happy for that. And I'm really, really glad to have his wax. I went ahead and put a washcloth between my tin can and my pot for 2 reasons. I don't know if they're founded on any truth, but they're founded on my paranoia. So that's good enough for me in this kitchen. I didn't want like a vacuum to be formed between the tin can and the pot and then not be able to separate them. I also didn't want like the agitation of the boiling water to cause my tin can to like blow off or tip over. And so those are like, that's reason number 1. The second one is that as the water's boiling, the can's kind of going like this or rattling. And I just don't like the sound. Makes me nervous. It's 11 o'clock. I should get lunch going. And it just kind of quiets that sound and calms all that agitation and disturbance in the pot. So I'm gonna actually turn my water down a little bit so it's not boiling quite so hard. I just want that wax to melt within the tin can. All right, I was originally gonna tie on a little bolt to the end of the wick to keep the candle wick weighted down as I dipped it in and out of the wax. But instead of tying it on, I thought I'd probably like end up losing a lot of wick and a lot of wax if I did that. So what I'm gonna do instead is just dip the end of my wick in the wax and see if I can get it to stick to the bolt so that I can just like pull it off when I'm done and have a really easy process. So I think you can see, all right, I've got my wick end, just dipping it quickly in the wax and dropping my bolt. Let's try again. Didn't quite work. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, the bolt's pretty cold, so the wax is cooling really rapidly and just kind of fixing itself to that metal. Yeah. Okay. I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna let it cool for just another minute and then maybe, I'm gonna re-dip these bolts just to fix them on. Ooh. Oh, I don't want to drip off. Okay, so that's working great. As I dip the candles, I'm gonna remove this from the water, or at least I'm gonna turn off the heat. I think that's what I'll do. And I've notched my little wooden stick here. I'm gonna drape my wick over this so I can get 2 candles at a time. I just notched the end of my wood so that the wick would not shift as I'm dipping 4 candles in and out at a time. Oh dear, all kinds of mistakes. So I'm a rookie, gotta cut me some slack. And actually I don't know if that's gonna be a big enough stick. Candles might touch each other. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you watch. Starting to look like candles a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna trim off those bolts on the candles now. Can you pause your filming, buddy?
Yep. Oh no.
We've already inspired future candle makers. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the final product. I'm really proud of these. They turned out a lot better than I thought they would for a first time through with no other training other than memory and getting a couple cheater tricks from YouTube. Well, one of those was the bolt, affixing the bolt to the bottom of the candle to keep them from floating when you dipped them in the water. So into the wax and then let them drip off and then into the water to help cool it and let you dip candles a little faster. So I have 4 candles here. They're still warm. They smell awesome. And yeah, I don't think I could be more happy with these, except maybe if they were longer. But the problem was I just needed a deeper wax receptacle. My coffee can was fine. It was great, but it wasn't like deep enough. So I might use like a paint can or something in the future. But Johanna, come here. Take a look. These are the ones we finished. What do you think? What do you think?
2 swirl ones, 2 plain ones.
Yeah. Oh. They feel warm to you?
Mm-hmm. feel actually nice.
Yeah.
The water just like smooths them out and cools them really quickly.
Sure does. You watched me do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, beeswax candles, a big success. We're going to make a whole bunch more. All right, you think we should give them to people for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, I do too. Okay, well, let's get making some more, and we'll see everybody in the next video, okay? Say
Yep.
goodbye. Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Which was this?